everybody, welcome back to another speed build. Today we are going to be building Central Perk from the TV show Friends. For those of you who do or who have not seen the TV show Friends before, Central Perk is a small coffee house where the characters go and hang out in every single episode of the show. I always just loved the show Friends, and the cafe is just so quaint. I wish I had somewhere that I could go hang out with my friends like that. Friends came out in 1994, so I was 10 years old when it came out. My parents watched it. I mean, 10-year-olds don't usually watch shows like that, but I like to watch TV with my parents. Friends and Saturday Night Live were probably my favorite shows back then. Friends went off air in 2004, and I miss it. I really do. I wish that they would, do a reunion show or a remake. I think it could be really fun. Just seems like some of the TV shows nowadays aren't quite what they used to be back in the day. But anyway, I wanted to build this lot because with the new Get Together expansion pack, we got the cafe lots, and it's one of my favorite places to take my Sims to hang out. And since this is one of my favorite ever coffee shops, a lot of people have been remaking like Starbucks and things like that, but my favorite coffee shop is Central Perk, so I thought it would be really fun to do that as well. And I have made it before in previous versions of the game. I know for a fact that I made it twice in The Sims 3, and I might have made it in The Sims 2 as well, but my mind is not, I'm drawing a blank when it comes to that, so I'm not really sure. Plus, it's been so long since The Sims 2 was out that I don't really remember a whole lot of my original builds and characters and all that fun stuff. But anyways, in The Sims 3, when I recreated this, the first time it was a bar, and the second time I recreated it was a coffee house because Sims University had come out and we got the nice little bistro bar, whatever they called it. But anyhow, this one is my favorite version. And I think it's because in The Sims 4, the Sims are just they're more alive, they're more believable in their interactions, and the way that they've programmed the game with the lots, it's like when they come to the coffee house, the Sims, they socialize with each other and drink coffee and eat snacks, and they do what they're supposed to do, and they don't just kind of stand around and stare at each other like they did in The Sims 3. So I know that The Sims 4 is still in its prime, and a lot of people are pretty upset with some of the things that it might be lacking, but I really enjoy the fact that the gameplay, seems more genuine and, just more fun, at least for me. I had a lot of fun play testing this, and I actually decided instead of screenshots that I'd put together a little mini movie for you all at the end to kind of showcase it. My Sims weren't cooperating with me, though. I will be completely honest with you. Every time it seemed, I think I did about 5 or 6 takes of the little mini movie, and somebody would have their butt in the way, or they would be, they were actually merging through each other. That was quite interesting. I didn't feel like you all needed to see that, but I think I got a pretty decent shot in the end, and it came out looking really, really good. So I'm excited. But next up, I want to talk a little bit more about my videos in general. I have really slow internet because technically we live in the country. We're only a mile off the main road, but it's still considered the country, so we don't have, the high-speed internet like everybody else does. So my videos, my last two were about 25 minutes long, which I feel is perfect length for a video. When I watch videos, I like them when they're, 25 to 30 minutes in length. But sadly, it looks like I'm going to have to try to keep my videos to 20 minutes and under, because if I don't, it takes all night and half of the day for my videos to upload, and it slows our internet down even more. So if, people are up and they're trying to use the internet, or like my son likes to browse YouTube, my husband likes to play his PlayStation 4, but if I'm uploading a video, it's like neither one of them can really do what they enjoy, and I don't want to do that to them. So basically, long story short, my builds, if they're big builds and they can't be condensed to under 20 minutes, then I will probably try to break them into two parts and do, the structure and the landscaping in the first part and do the furnishing in the second part. I'm sure some of you might like that, and some of you might actually despise it, but I'm gonna have to do it that way. And when it comes down to when I do get to play a Let's Play, as far as that goes, I'm just gonna have to set a timer for myself and keep it to, no longer than 20 minutes, which also brings up the point that as far as Let's Plays go, my Legacy Let's Play, I introduced you to that family in my last video. I still have 4 more generations to get through before I can start my second half of that family. So in the meantime, if anyone has any suggestions for like a short challenge, I'm not sure that I want to do like 100 baby challenge, but if anybody else has any interesting challenges that they feel like they'd enjoy watching, definitely let me know. I wouldn't mind looking into doing something like that. But in the meantime, I guess it's going to be mostly builds. If we get any new content, I'm hoping to maybe do some reviews and things like that. But, I'm still really new to all of this, so your feedback will really help me. I'm not just saying that, but it will just help me to understand what everybody wants to see. When you, watch and then you don't comment or anything, then I don't know what I'm doing right. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So please enlighten me. Also, my recordings, I've got one more build that I'm going to try to get published by Christmas. My mother-in-law is coming to visit the day after Christmas and is going to be here until the new year. So while she's here, she will be sleeping in my office, which is also our guest bedroom, and I will, respect her privacy, and it will be her room during that time. So whatever is published by Christmas is all that's going to get published until after the new year. So anyway, that is that, I believe. So let's talk a little bit more about the build. While I was building this, my kids were running around, so I was a little all over the place, and I want to apologize for that, because I know that for some people, jumping from here to there might not be ideal. So if that bothers you, I'm really sorry. I was trying to be a little more organized, but the other thing too, besides my kids, was just I was being very particular with the way I wanted this lot to come out because I had this vision of how I felt, Central Perk should look, and so I fiddled with it until I felt that it was right. I really wanted to take advantage of those beautiful lighted trees that we got in the free patch for the holiday pack, which was right before Get Together was released. For anyone who doesn't know, there was a free holiday pack released last year, and this year they updated it and added a few items, and those trees were one of the new items that they added, and they look absolutely gorgeous at night. This lot just really lights up, and while I was playtesting, I found that actually this lot was more active at night. And you'll have to excuse my cat. She is actually being quieter now that she's in my office than when I tried to lock her out. I had to re-record this narration because she meowed through the entire last one that I recorded, and it was just not ideal. So I'm sorry about that. This is typically her time where she gets to sit in my lap and relax, and the kids aren't up bothering her, but unfortunately she's like, "Mom, what are you doing? Mom, stop staring at your computer. Stop talking to yourself. It's time to pet me and love me." So once I get done with this, I'm going to give her plenty of love. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. It was so much fun to build. I really, really love the way that it came out, and I think that my Sims are going to be spending a lot of time at this lot. If you have any suggestions on what I should build next, or any Let's Plays, challenges, things of that nature, please leave me a comment below. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, or whatever other holiday it is that you might celebrate, and I will speak to you all in the new year. Have a great day.